Hi, I'm Andre, and I want to give a special shout out to Power Rangers. Congratulations. Power Rangers just celebrated their 23rd anniversary. It has been on in the United States for 23 years. That is amazing. Congratulations. More phenomenal. Interesting fact, 23 years is also how long it takes for me to do recaps of Power Rangers episodes. I'm not even joking with you guys. I didn't even realize that I had not done Dino SuperCharge recaps. For some reason, I thought I had made a Dino SuperCharge video, and then I looked back through my video library and was like, oh, I never talked about this show at all. I did Dino Charge, but not SuperCharge. I'm sorry. Look, man, the show comes on Saturday at noon, all right? I'm usually at a convention, or I'm working, or I'm sleeping. Saturday's a bad day, okay? It's a worldwide day of play, all right? I go out and play, but I'm gonna try, man, all right? So right now, just bear with me, but you're not gonna get a recap at 12:30 p.m. on a Saturday usually. It just can't happen. I can't promise you that, all right? Sorry, 12:30 when I'm out at some convention where you're Dino Charge recaps. When I'm at a convention, you see me, you keep doing that, I'll start recapping Alvin and the Chipmunks. Don't you dare test me! So some time has passed between Dino Charge and Dino SuperCharge. Everything seems to be fine, Sledge has been destroyed, so some of the Power Rangers have decided to go off their separate ways to continue their passions in life. Tyler is going around looking for his dad, Shelby is getting more into school. Some of them are sticking around, still looking for the rest of the Energems and hanging out at the cafe because they think everything is cool, but everything is not cool because even though we got rid of Sledge, there's a new enemy that's coming to the place, Heckyl. We met Heckyl in Dino Charge, but now he is the big bad. He is the boss. And we also learned that he is two people or one person, one monster. He's Heckyl, but he has his little timepiece that holds his other half called Snide. And every once in a while, Heckyl and Snide will switch places. Sometimes he can't even control when it happens. Dude, let me tell you about this Heckyl, man. I cannot stress enough how much I love Heckyl. He comes out, he's like, I'm Heckyl. Pledge your undying loyalty to me. And someone's like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, fine then. Zap, you're dead. You see what happens when you are a traitor to Heckyl? And I'm like, I love this dude. I love him. Put him in every episode ever. Make him the villain from now on. Don't even bring in new villains for next season. Ninja Steel, Heckyl needs to be the bad guy. I'm sorry. I love Heckyl. Plus he got on this whole like goth steampunk raver outfit. Everyone else in this show is wearing regular clothes and he comes out looking like an Overwatch character and everyone's just like, that's cool. So much in fact that he actually gets a job at the restaurant where the Power Rangers work so he can kind of infiltrate, be a spy. So he gets hired and now he's around the Rangers, so he's becoming friends with them while at the same time trying to find their secret lair, take their Energems. It's a really smart plan. So while he's working at the restaurant, he's getting information about where the other Rangers are that aren't there so he can send a monster out to freeze them and they're all being frozen. Let it go. And this is freaking Koda out because Koda, as you know, was a caveman and the last thing that happened to him before he came to present day was he got frozen. So he was like, I don't want nothing to do this. Please, do not freeze me. But of course, those Power Rangers are smart. They devise a plan, trick the monsters, to save their friends. Everyone's unfrozen. And then we get to see the Power Rangers in action. And it's really cool because we get to see the Purple Ranger specifically get into action more. Of course, we saw her in action in the last episode of Dino Charge when Kendall became the Purple Ranger. But this is kind of the first time you're seeing her really being a part of the group working with the other Rangers. And it's really awesome. It just shows off how cool the Purple Ranger is and how she works with the team. And I love it. And you get all the Rangers together. And of course, Prince Philip just shows up every once in a while like, hey, was there a fight going on? I'm sorry, I'm running a country, but I'm still a Ranger, right? I just show up whenever I feel like it. What kind of Power Ranger is that? All the other Power Rangers are like, oh, something's happening, monster, let's go right now. Drop everything you're doing. You on a date? Don't care. You working? You don't care. You talking to your dad? Don't care. You at school? Don't care. But Prince Philip just every time just like, oh, do you need me? I mean, I'm just, I guess I gotta get out of this chair. Next episode, Forgive and Forget. Riley meets an old classroom buddy. His name is Brad or something. Brad, typical 80s preppy villain name. He calls him Brainiac. He's always making fun of him. He's even got the two underlings that's like, yeah, you tell him, Brad. Are we in the Karate Kid all of a sudden? What is this? And the chemistry between Riley and Brad, I gotta be honest with you, it's one thing when you're bullying somebody when you're kids or teenagers, but these guys are adults now, so it's like, why are you still bullying this dude? This is some love taps. What's going on, Brad? What's really going on? Let me Dr. Phil you for a second. There's some subtext in this I'm feeling. Oh, it's Bert. I wrote it down. It's Bert. I'm sorry. That's even worse. I was being being nice to you with Brad. So he's always challenging Riley, like, let's have an arm wrestle contest, bro. Let's run, bro. I'm like, dude, come on, you love him. Just say it. You love him. Just put it out there, man. It's okay. Love is love. And Riley even gets to the point where he's so mad that he can't defeat him that he even tries to use his inner gem to defeat him, which, you know what? I always like when the Rangers do that. They don't do that too often because, you know, Zordon, even back in Mighty Morphin, was like, do not use your powers for personal gain. It's kind of cool every once in a while to see a Power Ranger be like, nah, I'm gonna use my powers and beat this arm wrestling competition. And of course, Kendo has to come in and mess it up so it doesn't work, or he tries to jump over a wall and ends up jumping so far up he goes into a tree. Oh, Heckyl being like, you gotta beat him in a marathon, because that'll show him that's the best way to take care of a bully. Beat him in a marathon. Meanwhile, Heckyl has this monster that can poison things, and he wants to poison the water supply, and what it does is it make you forget everything about yourself. So they're in the marathon, they're running. For some reason, Chase and Tyler and Coda think a good way to get Riley riled up to keep running is to lift their shirts up and have "Run, Riley, Run" written on their chests. Again, is there something you want to tell us about? They give them water to drink in the marathon, and when they drink the water, they forget things and lose their memory and stuff. And my favorite part is Tyler, he has "Run" written across his chest, and he looks down and he goes, who is Nerve? Who is Nerve? There's the precious nuggets like that that makes Power Rangers just so perfect. He's also walking around going, who's Tyler? Is this your wallet? Kendo makes some antidote. Riley takes the antidote to the Rangers. They drink it and get better, which leads to another classic Tyler line. I'm Tyler, and this is my wallet. God dang it, I love this show. This is a crazy episode, y'all. I wish I would have talked about this earlier now. Power Rangers save the day, blah, 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 blah. They learn a lesson. Bert's all like, hey, listen to Brainiac. He's got good ideas. He's the smartest guy I know. Now we're friends, blah, blah, blah. And then they kiss. And they kiss, right? No, they don't kiss. I'm just making that up, but they probably should have. Nightmare at Amber Beach. There's this pillow monster, and he puts the pillow down and makes him fall asleep. Yeah, that's the plot. This episode is really about Shelby and her dad. Her dad, Mr. Watkins, is actually the owner of a business, Watkins Ice Cream, and his dream is to have Shelby eventually take over his business. And she has no interest in that. She wants to play around with dinosaurs because, you know, when you're thinking about the future of your life, it's not owning a business, but instead studying dinosaurs, which have been dead for several million years. Good career move. I love the dude that played Shelby's dad, so I looked him up, and I didn't realize this. This shows how I need to watch more Ranger stuff that's not just Mighty Morphin, but this dude's been in like almost every season of Power Rangers. I wrote it down. He's in Ninja Storm. He did voices in Dino Thunder and SPD. He's in RPM as a colonel. He plays a general in Super Mega Force. His name is James Galen. This dude is amazing. He's like your Bruce Campbell in the Spider-Man movies. He's like your Stan Lee cameo. Like, you need to have this dude come back every season as some character. That just needs to continue from now on because he's great. I love him as a dad. Oh, here's free ice cream, kids. Oh, that's so nice of you. Oh, that's nice. That's good business. Now you'll tell your friends. I took this plain $2 burger, jazzed it up, and now this $2 burger is a $6 burger. I made a $4 profit. I just pulled $4 out of my pocket. This dude was amazing, man. And I love, of course, the lesson they learned at the end of Shelby. If you want to follow your passion of studying extinct dinosaurs as opposed to running a multi-million-dollar business, that's cool. You do that. Your mom and I, we're so proud. And what I also like about this episode is that Shelby figures out Heckyl is a bad guy because he's going around with this pillow monster, putting these pillows on the Rangers, which makes them fall asleep. So the pillow monster can say, bring me your inner gem, and they can get all the inner gems. In the meantime, they will also see all of their friends as villains and try to beat them up. So it's a very interesting plot. But what's nice is that Shelby, coming back to the restaurant, actually caught Heckyl in the act of putting the other Rangers to sleep and revealed to the other Rangers that Heckyl is bad. And then he turns into Snide and then goes away. And then there's some monsters they fight and things grow and Zords come out and, you know, that whole dealio. Let's talk about going out on a date with a Power Ranger, because that happened. Chase is going out with this girl, but he keeps showcasing off how cool he is with skateboarding and talking about himself. He never really talks about the girl, and she kind of gets bored. She's like, Chase, you basic. I can't deal with you right now. And while she leaves him, an attack happens around her, and Chase turns into the Black Ranger and saves the day, and she gets all infatuated and Twitter-pated with the Black Ranger, not realizing that the Black Ranger is Chase. So she literally dumps Chase. She's like, I don't want to see you no more because I fell in love with the Black Ranger, who I haven't really talked to that much, but somehow I have now decided is my boyfriend. So he goes out on a date with this girl as the Black Ranger. Full outfit. Actual date with a dude walking around in the Power Ranger outfit. It's odd, but it's cute. Learns a lesson of like, hey, you want to go out with somebody, you should know more about them. Don't be just trying to showcase yourself off, you know, communicate. It's a good lesson. If you could go out with any Power Ranger on a date, which Power Ranger would you want to go out with? Oh, I can't wait to see the answer for this. What would you do to? Tell me your Power Ranger dream date. We also get this new bad guy monster named Singe, and I love this dude. He comes down in a fire asteroid, and he just slow-mo walks everywhere he goes. There's literally like 2 or 3 scenes of him in this episode alone where he's just, oh, the Power Rangers, heroes. Heroes give me such a headache. I think I will remove the headache by removing the power. And he always talks like that. He's all like, oh, feeling on his sword. He's like, I hear you looking for energems. I believe I can help you with that. The name's Singe. I'm like, are you trying to defeat people? Are you trying to hook up with somebody? Like, I cannot understand by your voice. I feel like he's gonna go up with one of the Power Rangers and be like, hey, why don't you give me that energem? And while you at it, why don't we go to this candlelit dinner right now? I'm Singe. Why are you talking so smooth, brother? Singe doesn't need to be a monster fighting the Power Rangers. He need to be hosting like a Quiet Storm radio broadcast late at night. Hey, baby, this is Singe coming to you from Amber Beach. We got the latest moves and grooves for you as I defeat these Power Rangers. Bum, 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 bam, 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 bam. Also, Tyler's looking for his dad. Tyler meets this dude named Rusty, who turns out to be the guy that worked with his dad before he disappeared, gave him some more information, let him know that maybe your dad's still out there, but this avalanche that happened while we were on an expedition got him trapped behind some rocks. Haven't seen him since. What I particularly like is that Tyler got this letter from Rusty to say, hey, I want to talk to you about your dad. And he tells Shelby about it. And Shelby's like, hey, if there's any inkling that your dad might be out there and this guy has information, you need to go talk to him. And Tyler's like, oh, thank you so much. You really understand me. I really appreciate you. I love you. He didn't say I love you, but that was pretty much what he was about to say. And then he kisses Shelby on the cheek. And I was like, oh, snap. And did you see Shelby too? She's like, oh, he kissed me on the cheek. I mean, no big deal. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. What would that be? Would that be Telby? Shyler. Hashtag Shyler. And then we get Roar of the Red Ranger. Tyler reveals that he has a time capsule or memory box that he goes to every year and adds something to because it reminds him of himself and his dad and their experiences together. Tyler has this plan that involves him swimming like Mission Impossible style through this water, holding his breath the entire time to get to the other side of a cave to see if his dad was there. And Shelby's like, you looking good right now, and I don't want you dying in some water. So she tries to tell him, hey, maybe this is not a good idea, and maybe you just need to accept the fact that you might not find your dad. And Tyler's just like, I guess you just don't know my dad, and I guess you just don't know me. And I guess when Tyler gets mad at somebody, he just decides to run. He yells at Shelby and gets mad, and he's just like, mad at Shelby, man. Why she said that? So let me jump over a log. I'm mad at Shelby right now. But then he gets attacked by a monster and he's almost knocked out, but he sees like very faintly that there's a Power Ranger that's fighting the monster to keep him safe and then disappears. And Tyler thinks that this might be the Aqua Ranger that they have been looking for. Gee, I wonder who the Aqua Ranger could possibly be. And they're trying to give Tyler some new weapons, so they're working on some of the computer, but they send this monster down named Ninja. Ninja, please. He puts a virus inside of the computer that messes up one of Tyler's Dino Chargers, and it turns him into a T-Rex. It doesn't like physically turn him into a T-Rex, but he thinks in his brain he's a T-Rex. And then they also do some little bit of CGI to make his helmet move around so it looks like it's growling like a T-Rex. And then it's just Tyler running around like this, like, argh. They're trying to figure out where they're gonna find T-Rex Tyler. And then Shelby thinks that if there's a little bit of Tyler still in there, he's probably gonna go back to his memory box. Chase goes there, finds Tyler in full dinosaur mode. I want to see Tyler like knock over a bathroom now and eat a lawyer. But then out of nowhere, the Aqua Ranger comes out. I'm gonna try to save him. Stand back. And he's like, listen to me, Tyler. I want to help you because I'm your dad. What? The Aqua Ranger is Tyler's father? I never would have guessed. Just like I never guessed that Kendall was gonna become the Purple Ranger. What a surprise. You got me, Power Rangers. Ooh, your dirty tricks. Yes, the Aqua Ranger is Tyler's dad, which when I first looked at him, I was like, what? That's his dad? His dad is young. But then I remembered it was something they mentioned earlier, and then they brought it back in this episode to remind you that when you get an energem, you don't age. That's why Coda looks the same way that he does. That's why Ivan looks the same way that he does, and that's why Tyler's dad, who found this inner gem 10 years ago, has not aged 10 years. But it's still kind of weird because they're like, son. I'm like, nah, brother, cousin. Tyler, of course, becomes himself again. He gets to have these really cool T-Rex powers. He can shrink his T-Rex Zord to a little tiny Zord that I'm sure you can buy in stores, and he bounces around and bites, and then the T-Rex can attach to his blaster to make an even better blaster, and then it also can create a suit of armor for him, so he's like a T-Rex mode Tyler. It's basically toy time. Bandai, 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 in stores now. Go to Toys R Us, get this, kids. Power Rangers, buy my stuff. But it was still a cool sequence. It was cool to see all these new T-Rex modes that Tyler got to do. It was fun to watch. And it was also cool, obviously, to see the Aqua Ranger join the other Power Rangers all together. Where you at, Philip? Where you just not gonna join us? Okay, that's cool. Dad's like, wait, me and Tyler got something to take care of, and he pulls out an old baseball and glove because they were supposed to play catch together before he disappeared. Better late than never. Father and son once again reunited, and it feels so good. And these episodes feel so good. This is fun. Even when it gets incredibly silly, Dino SuperCharge does a really good job with these characters. As you can see, I'm talking more about the characters and the stories and what they're doing than what happened when they got into fights or what's happening with the Zords. They're doing a great job with the storylines on this show, and I'm just gonna keep going until maybe another Ranger shows up, because I don't know if another Ranger will show up or not in maybe 5 more episodes from here. Thanks for watching this video. If you are new here, please subscribe. I make new nerdy videos all week, every week, including occasionally Power Ranger Dino SuperCharge recaps. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000, chain chomp yomp.